Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our 2014 NFL team preview for the Tennessee Titans. We're going to take a look at their offense, their defense, as well as their special teams. So let's start on the offensive side of the football with the quarterback position.
This is the biggest question mark on the football team for the Tennessee Titans. Quarterback Jake Locker is entering his fourth year and still hasn't shown he can stay healthy or has solidified himself as the team's long-term option at the position. While Locker statistically made improvements, the same questions about his game remains: the accuracy, the field awareness, the ability to create outside of the framework of the play. Whether he's on a short leash or not, new head coach Ken Whisenhunt has brought in competition with veteran Charlie Whitehurst and sixth-round pick Zach Mettenberg out of LSU, who could actually be the team's short and long-term answer if he's able to check out medically. Those two, along with second-year player Tyler Wilson, whom I think is still the better quarterback on the roster, will battle for that number 2 job and could ultimately see time this season. Gone is longtime Titan Chris Johnson, and veteran Sean Green is back after finishing second on the team in rushing. He's not in the team's plans as a starter, but more like last year in a complimentary role. The Titans are looking at second-round pick Bishop Sankey out of Washington in hopes that he can give them what they need in the running game. He's a chain-moving type running back that's solid in both aspects of the passing game. Leon Washington and Jackie Battle are slated for special teams duty, and to be quite honest, Battle could lose out to undrafted rookie free agent Antonio Edwards, who's in the mold of Bishop Sankey and can also add value as a returner. I like what the Titans have at wide receiver with Justin Hunter, who's supremely athletic and poised for a breakout year, along with Kendall Wright, who led the team in receiving last season with 94 receptions and over 1,000 yards, and the veteran Nate Washington, who is as steady as they come. In free agency, the Titans added Dexter McCluster from Kansas City, who will be more of a move piece for new offensive coordinator Jason Michael. Now that Mark Mariani is fully recovered from a leg injury, I'd expect him and Michael Preston to be in the mix for that 4th or 5th receiver spot. At tight end, Delaney Walker and Craig Stevens make a solid duo. The hope is that Walker will continue to build on what he did last season as he finished 3rd on the team in receiving, while Stevens is more of a valuable run blocker, which is huge in Whisenhunt's scheme. This entire unit just needs someone at quarterback to consistently get them the football, and you'll see the numbers grow exponentially because they have the talent to do so. This is another area of strength, in my opinion, for the Titans. They are young and athletic up front, and on the inside, second-year players center Brian Schwenke and guard Chance Warmack had solid rookie seasons, which bode well for their future. Schwenke dealt with injuries last year and now is at 100%, and Warmack admits to being in much better shape this time around, which should help him maintain a level of consistency moving forward. Guard Andy Levitre was steady, not spectacular, but far from a liability. And on the outside, 10-year vet Michael Ruse is entering the final year of his contract, which is why in the first round the team selected Taylor Lewan out of Michigan, a physical player that can play either tackle spot. He'll either start on the right side or back up free agent signee Michael Orr, who comes over from the Baltimore Ravens looking to fulfill his first-round promise. Chris Spencer and Byron Stingley are versatile depth guys, and I'd also keep an eye on undrafted rookie free agent Gabe Eichert out of Oklahoma to make the team and to provide depth at both center and guard. Moving to the 3-4 defense will force players into new responsibilities. Guys like Jarrell Casey will move from the 3 to the 5, and while Rapida Pitatua will move from the 6 or 7 tech to the 5 technique, and that puts free agent signee from the Detroit Lions Sammy Hill at the nose. I think both Casey and Pitatua can handle the switch, and it's Casey's ability to apply pressure that makes him unique. With mainly 4-3 personnel, the Titans will build a good situational rotation with Carl Klug, Mike Martin, and LeVar Edwards, while free agent signee Al Woods will compete for backup duties with rookie 4th-round pick Daquan Jones, who's actually versatile enough to play the 5 at nose tackle. The talent isn't the question here, more so than the adjustment to the new defense. A 3-4 defense is only as good as its linebackers, and as with the defensive line, guys will have to make adjustments. Now former defensive end Derek Morgan will be more of an outside edge rusher, which should help showcase his athleticism just a little bit more. On the other side, you'll probably see a combination of free agent signee Sean Phillips and veteran Cameron Wembley. Akeem Ayers could also benefit from the new defense. He could excel as a strong side over the tight end type player. On the inside, I look at Wesley Wigert, who is a free agent signee from the Denver Broncos, and Zach Brown being the first in line. Both have excellent speed, while Brown is better in coverage. Colin McCarthy and second-year player Xavier Gooden, who will also be in the mix at outside linebacker, will provide depth. The Titans also drafted Avery Williamson out of Kentucky because of what he does versus the run on the inside. Again, same thing here for the linebackers. You have to take the wait-and-see approach, but new defensive coordinator Ray Horton has a good talent base of athletes to work with. Losing Alteron Verner is a blow, but it's not a detriment. The Titans actually have a couple of guys that are more than capable of picking up the slack. Second-year player Bleedy Ray Wilson and Cody Sensabaugh will battle it out for the starting spot opposite of Jason McCourty. Because of his size, I believe Bleedy Ray Wilson has the inside track, while Sensabaugh's quickness and agility is best utilized in the slot. McCourty is a solid all-around corner who's also very good in run support, and last year's fifth-round pick Khalid Wooten provides depth on both sides. At safety, Michael Griffin should benefit from a more attack-style defense, which would allow him the ability to make more plays on the ball. Strong safety Bernard Pollard, who had 3 intercepts last year, could be utilized even better on the move in some rover-type looks or even closer to the line of scrimmage. George Wilson, Damian Stafford, and Micah Pellerin also provide some good depth. Stafford definitely has that good upside that you look for. Keep an eye on him moving forward. And I would also look out for Marquestin Huff, a rookie out of Wyoming, who's a combo guy that can play either corner or safety, and I would expect to see him lined up at both this season. Brett Kern returns as both the punter and the kicker this year, as Rob Baronis wasn't brought back this season. As a punter, Kern was solid, averaging 43.4 yards a punt, with 32 being down inside the 20. His field goal skills are to be determined, but we'll see if he stays the guy or if the Titans bring in someone via free agency. I actually like the return game with Leon Washington, who was an in-season acquisition. Washington averaged 30 yards a kickoff return last year, and look for a healthy Mark Mariani to handle the punt return duties. He excelled in that capacity prior to injury. The Titans brought in a new head coach in Ken Wisenhunt, who's known to get the most out of his offenses, and a great defensive coordinator in Ray Horton. And when you look at a lot of the pieces they have to work with, you can see why there's a lot of reason to be optimistic this season for the Titans. The cause for concern would be at the quarterback position. There's a lot of uncertainty there with all 4 guys on the roster, and switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Do you have the versatile personnel to make it work week 1? That's going to be the biggest question and the biggest concern going into the 2014 season. The road to the Super Bowl for the Titans goes as follows. Number 1, Jake Locker puts it all together. Behind that rebuilt and young and athletic offensive line, he plays all 16 games and builds on what he did last year. Statistically, I think they can go far. And if Bishop Sankey plays like a veteran and the running game doesn't miss a beat, actually improves, they definitely can make something happen in the AFC. And if that second-level defense wreaks havoc, those linebackers play like the linebackers are supposed to play in the 3-4 defense, getting pressure on the quarterback, causing disruption in the passing game, the Titans can find themselves in the playoffs with a chance to get to Glendale, Arizona. I have the Titans finishing 4th in the AFC South. They are not a bad football team by no means stretch of the imagination. However, with the questions at quarterback and the adjustment period defensively, I think it'll be a little bit too much to overcome in a very tight division this year. And don't forget to order your copy of Football Game Plan's latest book, Stiff Arming Football Myths, an excellent book that you can find on our website at footballgameplan.com/books, available in both PDF as well as paperback form. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Titan Fan Forums for always showing Football Game Plan support.